Anyway, the lady called me dry. Well, you heard that. My vice president had to call and check on it. I guess the vice president of finance didn't like it because I wasn't there. I told her I was sick. They didn't remember taxing, I wouldn't come at all yesterday. But anyhow, it's what it is. Some people, sure she's not married, some men left her a long time ago. Of course, people are not thankful for free service. That's what we try to get. So much for that. Morgan dropped a class, that leaves 7 people. Savannah and Jonathan never did come in and take the test. These 5 people should have taken the test. I could not find a test for Clayton. I don't know if he took it or not. Think so? I had all the tests together, so if he took it, I will find it. You all need some kind of grade. And I kept waiting to grade them until I got everybody's paper. We're going to grade them this morning. Oh, it looks like we put everything on a sheet of paper on the back. He already took hers. Got 2 today, Cole. And Monique, you got 2 today. Yes, I do have a plate. I've got plates, okay. What we're going to try to do is grade these things. Mark on the front of your paper 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These things are worth 20, 20, 10, 20, 20. All right. Now, problem 1. Let me show you a solution. Could not find solutions, and I tried to not to. We'll see if my little arm works this morning. Problem A, I don't know how this is going to show up for printing on this test. I just tried to grade this one and do what I had to do. Now, if you read those journal entries, this is worth 20 points. You debit materials and credit accounts payable. I'm sure everybody got that correct. Number 2, put materials into production, 28,000 direct and 5,000 indirect. Why did I take off her paper? She added those together and put 33. Can't do that. 5 of it should have been manufactured overhead. Debit work in process, 28, manufactured overhead 5, and credit raw materials 33. How'd you handle that, Monique? You did? Oh, but you made 2 entries? Well, you did debit manufactured overhead and credit materials for 5? No, dear, no. Okay. I think the same thing happened with direct labor here. Okay, Monique, -2. I just took off a -2 on hers. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entries, 3 6s, 18. I took off 2 on her, take off 2. If you missed any part of that one on any paper, take off 2. Now this was work in process. What is 65% of 95,000? Let me multiply that real quick on the calculator. All right, so you should have a working process 57, manufacturer overhead for the difference, and wages payable or salaries payable of the 95,000. See, this was totally wrong. I took off 2. You'll be the judge. Do you want to take off 1 or 2 or 3? 3 is the whole thing. I wouldn't take off more than 2 if you tried it. All right. Let's go on to D part. These you should have got. Debit overhead, credit cash. E, debit finished goods, credit work in process. F, debit cost of goods sold, credit finished goods. Debit account receivable, credit sales. Did you get those last ones right, Monique? How about the other paper? Get it right, John? Code? How about the other paper? All right, if you miss 1 minus 2. Now, any minus that you got on number problem 1, add them up, subtract them. No. Just add them up and put that minus on front of your paper. You had 1 written down, minus 2, minus 4, minus 6. I'm gonna have these ready too for midterm next week. This maybe all have to go on. Jonathan and Savannah told them both, I'd have to come for second test double. Got talk away. Number 2. Number 2, I think I came 20 points. Gosh, her pen is so light. I took none off of this paper. We'll see if I can make it darker. Let me make it dark, but I'm going to zoom it a little bit. All right. So here we go. Working process beginning. We had materials, we had labor, we have overhead. That gives us cost of goods up to that point. All right. And then we subtract Indian inventory and get cost of goods manufactured 295, 460. You get 295, 460. Minus 0. How about the other page? Minus 0. Code. Minus 0. 92, 550.
The beginning is
And I got to 44. Well, that's a 20-point problem. Take off a minus 8. All right, this is a 10-point problem. Now, don't let that -2 bother you. You might not lose -2. The author might have been looking at relevant range. I did not want you to look at relevant range. Okay. Now, I want you to look at the high and the low. All right, was 550 the high?
$7.25.
And was 425 the low?
Yeah.
All right. Now that's where the relevant range come in. Now this one, I probably didn't go too hard on it because they were looking at relevant range. And you said it was what code?
7.25.
The way we learned in class, we just looked at high and low, and I did not deal with the relevant range, so I'm not going to hold that against you. But now your book on the relevant range said you could take the next highest, which this paper did. All right. Now what was the cost at 725 code?
480.
And if you subtract 310 from that, you get all right. Monique, is that the numbers you used? Okay. So then you would subtract, oh, what's the difference here? 425 from 725. Huh?
300.
So if you divide 300 and 174, what do you get? What?
0.58.
All right, 0.58. Now if we take 725 or what's that next number? 425? See, it may not work the way we want it to because of the relevant range. And we're to multiply that times 58. Now, if you all got a calculator, multiply these out for me. Huh? Either one. Multiply this one.
Oh, this.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Go multiply the top one. What I get. What I get on this one. 25. Now suppose that's your variable cost. Now the difference between this 420 and total cost is supposed to be your fixed cost. So take the 484 minus 420 is 50. What would that give you?
63.5.
Suppose that's your fixed cost, but it ain't going to work out right because the relevant range did. Okay. Now subtract this one. Subtract the 246.50 from the total cost here of 310.
63.
Both of them gave you that? Well, good. I didn't think it would because of that relevant range did. So the fixed cost is 63 what? All right, that's worth 10 points. Is there a little bit more to it though? B part, maybe? How many units do they give us? Do they give us 660? Multiply that by what? 58. Multiply 660 by 58. What have you got? What you get, Cole? How much?
382.
0.8. Now, what did we say our fixed cost was? 63 what?
No, I have the wrong answer for that
What do we say at fixed cost was? We calculated 63 what?
60.5.
That will give us 446.30. Did you get that, Monique? The other paper get it? All right, so minus 0 on the other paper. All right, Monique, did you get the 58 cents and the 63?
Yeah.
This will take 2 off for B part, minus 2. Minus 2 for B part. Told me to get A part.
I missed the fixed cost, but I had the variable cost.
All right. You didn't get B part?
No.
So take off 3. About the other paper.
I only got rent. All is good.
That's 50 points. So put that minus on the front of your paper. And we'll proceed to number 4. Terry, if you're in here where you're watching today, your paper's being graded by other students. Hope you don't mind. You're doing okay. Here's another easy one, 10 points. Now, if you missed A part, they told you how much they applied overhead at a rate of 70% of direct labor. They incurred 350 in direct labor. So 70% of 450, then you got 367 you had to subtract. Now, if you didn't get A part, I should have told my cost book answer, but I won't. Well, this one had everything outlined good up to this point. Number 4. Right, here we go. Did you get 52,000? Monique, both papers? Either paper? All right. Not good up there. That is 52,000. All right, then you had the debit cost of goods sold and credit manufacturer overhead because it was under applied. That's the whole problem. You got it all, Monique? The other paper got it all? But the other paper, no. Got it all?
I did.
So we work G and I'll give you 5 to try. Minus 5. Okay, if you all got that done, let's proceed. All right, 2020, 10, 10, we're up to 60%. Number 5, let's go up to 70%, from 80%. Identify each company's expenses, including cost of goods sold, as being either variable, fixed, or mixed. All right, I don't expect you to get all of these, but hopefully you got most of them. Number 5. Let's see where we put it at here. Come in, Hilary. I thought I saw you earlier. Might have been somebody else.
It was me.
Did you go down to South Holston Lake? What campground are you in?
We have a house down there.
Did the water get up close to the house?
It's not close to the house. It's up to the pathway to the house, but it was about to take our dock out, so we had to go down for that.
What to do? Rope it to a tree?
It has poles. And it was up close to the top, so they just added some more onto it. Won't go nowhere.
Uh,
Because by the time we left yesterday, it had done come up like another 6 inches.
it says the high 6 feet. They might,
The campground over from us, they're flooded.
what's the name of it?
Can't think of the name of
It's
it.
a minute, my ex-wife's daughter has a camper there. I don't know what name hers is, but almost got to her, but some of them in front got flooded. And
That's the way it is on the one that's across from us. It's the ones that was down closer to the water.
you know, some of them got flooded. They may or may not have had flood insurance.
I hope so.
Huh?
I hope so.
Some don't think they had it on. And then, of course, little town in Buchanan County, Hurley, you can't hardly get flood insurance over there. It's hard to get fire insurance in Hurley because people burn their houses down and collect the insurance. Who has Hill's pay? Go ahead and give it. All right. So we're looking at number 5 here, right? Worth 20 points. Let's look at some minuses or pluses. Cost of goods sold, you know, is rural. Advertising uses in a fixed budget. Utilities is mixed, there's a flat rate plus. Salaries and commission are mixed. Supplies, definitely variable. Appreciation's fixed. Usually administrative costs, salaries are fixed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're worth about 3 points a piece. I'll just take off 2 for each one you mix. Got that good on everybody's paper? Okay. Here only 2 people did not take this test. I got tired of waiting for them. Jonathan and Savannah. And they're going to come to our second test double. That could be a bad thing. All right. It looks like this person graded. Got this all correct last year. All right. I don't even know what we're calculating here. We got to find applied and under applied again. It's like 27.5. Under applied was 27.5. So you debit manufacturer overhead control and credit cost of goods sold because it was over applied. Let me look at that problem to make sure. Okay, number 1, using variable cost and absorption cost. Y'all get to 27.5 on number 1. Anybody? Monique? Nobody? All right, let me look at it again. Prepare projected income statements using variable and absorption and reconcile. All right. See if you did okay on this, folks. I keep trying to move my mouse. Can y'all tell which ones you did absorption? Now remember, absorption is just what you always did. You take sales minus cost of goods sold, gets gross margin, minus volume birds, and get your adjusted gross margin. Take out your sale administrative, and get your 836.5. Did anybody get that right? 836.5. He already did. Anybody else? Where did you miss it, Nicole? It's not Nicole, but Cole.
The expenses, I had a wrong number.
Oh, which one?
Where it says 556, I had 631.
Okay, on this first part up here, if you didn't get that, take off 2. On this part, if you missed anything, take off 3 if you missed anything here. Under variable costing, you have sales minus variable cost of goods sold. Y'all read that? Product contribution margin. Subtract and get contribution margin. All right, variable selling. Then take out your total fixed. And you got 809,000. 809. 809. All right. Now you're probably off. First off, did anybody get 809? You did. You did. Need your paper? Mine's 3. Now the way you reconcile that is take, this don't look right. No, that was the actual difference. 37. Something don't look right there. Then I gave that person credit for all of it though. We'll start taking off minuses right there. Go to the front of your paper and add up your grade. Oh, we got to stay with that grade. Just subtract that number from 100. Gosh. Well, you're consistent. All of you made in the 80s. That includes you too, Curry. Cole, I will, not Cole, but Clayton, I'll have to finish yours. All right. Next week is midterm. You two folks in taxes, we don't have a tax test yet. So I'm gonna try to get one made up and give you a tax test on Tuesday so I can grade it and get in midterm. If it's on multiple choice true false, I may give it to you Tuesday, let you bring it back Thursday, and I can scan trot and get in your midterm before I leave Thursday. So we'll talk about that and taxes. Now, cost, we're talking about it now. I don't know if we can get in another test next week or not. If we can, that would be great, but I don't see it happening. So your midterm may be what your grade is today. So I wouldn't have to turn any midterm bad grades in. These are S for you 4 that we've graded today. All right. Well, we still got work to do on chapter 6, back even to 5. So I'm going to go to solutions for chapter 6. And you all find, oh, here they are. Never know mine. All right, we've had one chapter on y'all. We looked at your journal entry. We've got this chapter on process. Journal entry is not the same, except you may have departments. Now, this book has been dropped next year, probably worth a dime for resale. And your book we use, the fall, is going to be dropped next year, worth a dime for resale. On these already had manager. How about you? All right, it won't matter. You haven't sold that book already, it won't be in the can. Managerial for Cole, Clayton, and Johnson should be easy next year after I have college. They came out with some good new books. Cole, did you use Cengage in any of your classes?
I have 40.
Huh?
I have 40.
What class?
See, I know for accounting, he used it for a little bit, but then I dropped it. I want to say economics used it.
All right, go, let's see. You're in tax law. Police and tax. Now, Cole, did you like Cengage?
Wasn't bad.
Because the books I'm looking at for managerial cost and taxes next year, most of them have Cengage attached. And this one I have to be to use Cengage to managerial
You know,
or even taxes. So, that's what I'm looking at. My principal students, they're required to do it. I've got 3 or 4 problems and questions on each chapter. And they're up to one chapter that they can't get 100. We work the same problem in class. Cannot get to match Cengage's answer. So obviously they have a error in an answer. But the student's going to get 97%. So let's take a good student that gets 97% in there. I'll count that as 20% of their grade. So they're going to have 4 tests, 20, 20, 20, 20, and they're going to have Cengage, 20. So I'm counting it as the 15. It will help their grade. My international students, they are out at this Hotel Hilton, and they complained about the internet. That was slow as when we first got the internet, like AOL, dial-up. You remember that hill? AOL dial-up?
Yeah, I had dial-up until,
You
my
don't
parents
remember?
had dial-up up until 2004. Or, 2000.
Well, that is slow. Anyway, so Billy, my little student from Serbia, I like to fuss with her anyway. How can I get my Cengage, Mr. Lester, if I don't have Wi-Fi? Well, you can stay up here at 5 o'clock. The bus runs at 5. Well, we got tennis practice at 4. So what you gotta do some time management. He went on and on, there's just no way. I said, well, I'll check with Mr. Bartley and see if he can sleep overnight in the lounge downstairs. To stay here and do all your singing gigs one night, sleep on the couch there. So, the bill you're complaining, it reminded me of some stories that were, a man was talking about his old shoes. He met a man that had no shoes. The man was talking about being a little bit crippled. So he met a man with no legs. I said, Billy, you have no internet. Have you met anybody with no computer? All right. So let's slow her down a little bit. Anyway, I just told her I did not want to be invited to her pity party anymore. I wanted her to get Cengage finished. But that is the problem. If you use Cengage, computers, Wi-Fi's, Millie was telling me universities, a lot of college universities, they don't use laptops, computers, internet. Only thing the instructor uses is something like a blackboard and an overhead you can lay things on. That takes me back 30 years ago. That's what I did at Southwest 30 years ago. I used that overhead and blackboard. But she said her high school in Serbia was harder than college here. And I told her Bluefield State was not the hardest college in the country. Try some courses at Virginia Tech or UVA, they'll be getting harder. Now, at the community college, I will push my students in accounting. When they transferred up here to Bluefield State, they made the same grades in accounting as they got at the community college. But when they transferred to Virginia Tech, they'd be an A student, they'd go down to a B. One letter wasn't bad. If they dropped 2 or 3 letters, I'd have felt bad. But one letter, upper division accounting is not bad. So I've had some that had to repeat. When I was at Southwest, we had a contract with those states, sort of got a semi now, articulation agreement. They would take our principal, they'd take our intermediate, one of our taxes, maybe even manager, and so forth. So, but I felt like the courses were as good at Southwest as they were here. So the 2 year, we got a contract with them now, and also what Valley College is that up here? Valley?
I think it's just not Valley.
The Valley College? We've got agreement with them, but so it's an ongoing thing to have agreement with these schools. But you can't take everything. If they get agreement with those state academy, they ought to have some of their academy here. You know, it's almost a month. And they should have some of the junior senior level courses here. Probably had to have 60 hours from here to get here. And then Southern Community College, the lady that took over my place at the community college, she was actually one of my students, just like Mr. Alma was. I think she made accounting so easy that anybody could pass it. I had students at community college that would make a D in accounting principal. But they could go to Keene College. Keene is a private college in Bristol. They brought some of their courses up to Southwest. Keene College didn't require as much of accounting as we did. But if they made a D in my class at Southwest, they could make an A at Keene. Yeah. So I don't know how easy Keene must have been.
My tax professor at Southern, he had a girl that made a D on his tax test. And she went to H&R Block and got a job, but aced their test with an A.
You take their course. Their course is a lot of hands-on, they say read the form. But H&R Block has changed, you know, I think they shut down a lot of their offices. Because many people do their own online, free tax service, what have you. But,
They're outrageous. I had a friend that got taxes in there, and it was just people tax return, they charged her $150 to go.
that's what's it. But the H&R Block, Richlands, Hansville, and in Castlewood, I trained all those people. Southwest, they went out about the French and Grove. The lady at Richlands is doing the best. She's got year-round bookkeeping. She's there year-round to do corporate returns and other taxes. One in Hansville, I don't know if they're still in business or not. But one time I had trained them all in that area. The area was concerned. Anyhow, I think some of the best training up your hill is what we're doing on Wednesday night. You missed all the action last night, and I'm going to take time to tell you about it. There's somebody else, Sarah, somebody what went on taxes last night. All right. Okay, we got time for 2 or 3 problems. Monique, what were your assignments for today?
23, 36, 32.
The biggest thing I want you to get from this chapter is equivalent units, weighted average method, and the FIFO method. Now, we need to calculate unit cost in this chapter. And we still need to make journal entries in this chapter. Let's look at 23 first. On the weighted average, let's see, beginning inventory is 21. You started 560, so you're going to count for 582. Now, where'd those 582 go to? All right. I take. All right, I'm trying to find out. 582.6. Subtract 13.7 from 582.6. Subtract 13.7 from 582.6. What number do you have? What number do you have?
560,000 number.
Now that's the units transferred out. That's the number I like to use. But if you transferred out that amount code and you add in an inventory to it, you're going to account for your units of 582.6. Now they do this their way. They like to take started and completed. Now Cole, add those two together right there, 21.6 and 547.3.
$568,000.
Does that match the same answer being transferred out? So they're getting the same answer. All right. Now, what's this 75, 25, 10? How many units in ending inventory? 13.7. Multiply that by 75% for materials. You should get 10,250, right? For labor, multiply that by 25%. And then for overhead, 10% of 13.7 is 13.7. Now that's weighted average. Are you okay with that, Hillary? No? you're all okay with the way you there. Now you can do it any way you want. You can do it exactly how they have it here. Or you can do it the way I've been doing it. You just combine these two. And transfer it out. The D&E part of that, what did they change here? What is the question for D? FIFO? FIFO. All right. Now, on FIFO, you got to do it exactly the way they've got it here. Beginning, materials. Now, beginning inventory. All right, see that 21.6? Multiply that by 85%. No, multiply it by 85%. No, multiply it by 15%. 21.6. Multiply it by 15%.
1,200.
Now that's what you have to add. It was 85% complete last period, 60% complete last period, and 45 last period. Make sure this is what you want to complete this period. Now here you added 75% material, 25%. Now here you're going to get the same answer. And the way they did it here, you got the same thing here too. Here they're adding all the units under weighted average. But here they take the percents. You're going to have bigger answers up here every time. All right. FIFO, weighted average. And that's problem number what? 23. I like 23 because it compared them. I want you to go over 22. I want you to take a couple of minutes, see how many of these A, B, C, D, E's you can answer. A, B, C, D, E. See how many of those you can answer in 2 minutes. Now, we will not get to 26, 32, and 34 today.
I just did Robert from downstairs his return. And I did another student's earlier, and I fixed someone's. I think it was Cole.
Probably. That's who I missed.
Kathy Nichols.
That's one.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Thank you.
What was wrong?
It's just a W-2 number wrong. You gotta be careful when you put them in. I mean, that was like first night, second night jitters. Caleb Pennington's probably gonna stay in there as rejected because he's sending it in. He was supposed to claim his mom, and whoever did his mom's didn't check that. So hers went through, she claimed herself, so she's gonna send an amended, and he's gotta send together.
Oh, well, Sarah, yeah.
You know, $100 as opposed to $1,500.
That immediate return we gotta do with that fellow that have all these W-2s, we have to do that by mail.
They are not accepting electronic.
So what I have to do is send him a copy.
I'll have to send it in. But
We got any rejects on there.
we got 2 sitting there. I think one other one.
It's just numbers I messed up on.
Well, you gotta call the client and get the numbers fixed.
Well, the W-2s, it gives a printout of the W-2s, don't it?
Well,
So you
Kathy
get
and I
those-
went W-2 by W-2. There were a couple mistakes on them. You left off a number, you put numbers in wrong. It was just stupid. Stupid.
If it's a routing number though, you gotta call them. Is one of them a routing number?
That one's a Savannah. So. Are you still streaming class?
What?
Are you
Yeah,
still?
I gotta work on a problem. Paid off in 2 days.
They can. They brought everything from last night, shoved it in my door.
Who did? Well,
The guys.
they got it under your door. Yeah, I took this up.
They know what I do with them every night.
Yeah.
I either take them with me or stick them in my office.
Oh, mercy, Sarah. So we'll be off a week after next week.
Yeah, you just do my speech for 3 weeks. And then you have to come back and do it again. Oh, and then when we come back, I start my last class.
We got 8 weeks left. 9.
Online. 8-week speech online.
See?
Yep. I don't do good.
You'll be all right. I was talking to Billy Bergen. He said, hey, we'll go to college in her country. Professor just freaking stand up. Did this problem. Did that ain't. On it. He said, the professor over there like to see you paint.
I've heard a lot about it.
Ridiculous.
Come here. You got like 3 people do a class.
Yeah.
Professors actually care about you.
Got any of those answers yet? Get the first answer, Monique. All right, that would be 3580. All right, just finish that one for homework. And add to that 36, 37, 38, 41, 43, 45. 36, 37, 38, 41, 43, 45. So we got a lot of problems to go over Tuesday. He'll be sure for taxes go. I'll have 2 of him. Maybe Jonathan Clayton will come today. Who knows?
I think Jonathan's gonna show up.
Okay, I'm going to shut this down and cut off live streaming. We got a little bit done today. I didn't feel good about a couple of meetings. We didn't get much done.